All right, we'll do a quick little one, just a little update, see how things are looking. So this right here, as you can see how big the wormwood got. This right here is a big chaos. I mean, I must have dropped some papaya seeds in there with my compost and whatnot, because I mean, those are papayas growing in there. I'm leaving them alone for now for the simple fact that it's giving me a nice shade on the soil, and it's actually protecting those beneficial microbes. I mean, I do have a lot of wood chips and organic matter on top, but still, you know, I pulled out a lot of the blackberries already, so the blackberries are looking good. I want you guys to check this out. That sunflower right now is standing at about 16 feet, I would say. Last time I measured it was 15, so I think it grew a foot already. But yeah, that's a pretty big sunflower. And the head is starting to form now, so it's looking good. This is my apple tree. I started from seed, and that one is looking phenomenal with the braided trunk that I put on the first video. And then here's the papaya. These are the ones I intentionally wanted to plant, and it's looking really, really good. This is only a month old, and they're just gigantic. They're growing so fast, it's crazy. And then here's the cannabis plant. I got some tomato suckers I pulled out. I got the garden sage. What else I got here? I got raspberries, and then I got the mint down there, and then I have a small avocado tree that I got right there going as well, and the marigolds behind it. And then I have the bronze leaf hibiscus, which is doing phenomenal. This is prostrate rosemary, or we call it romero. Here's another wormwood or mugwort, and then here's the African okra. I mean, you could already see the amount of flowers that are starting to form on that. Pulled out a ton of peppers from this one already this week. I think I have like one over here that I gotta pull out, but I still have other pepper plants now. Ginger is doing phenomenal. I mean, look at this. That's a lot of ginger in there. I can see all the sprouts coming now, all the shoots rather. This one is the purple leaf basil. Then I have the eggplant. This one right here is basically the Japanese hibachi eggplant. And then I also have the regular one. Forgot to show you the chocolate mint over here, but I also have the regular eggplant over here. It's looking good. I've already put some on Instagram, basically you know, grilling the white ones, and then, you know, taking some of those and then eating it with my eggs. The fig tree looking phenomenal. What I do want to show you guys is the tomato plants. I mean, I'm just pretty amazed by the beauty and how the tomato plants are coming out. So basically, we all know that this is the entranceway, and then coming in, I just showed you that bed right here. Of course, I showed you the little patio section over here. I'll show you everything I have here, but I mean, I want you guys to look at this. This is one tomato plant here, and it's just doing absolutely fantastic. I literally have over 100 tomatoes growing on this one plant, and it looks beautiful, absolutely amazing. It looks great. Yeah, I mean, I talk to my plants all the time, so just letting you know. This right here, another cherry tomato plant. This one's actually it's tall, but I didn't keep it as bushy as this one, so I basically started from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Now it's going up to 5. This one's only got 2 main shoots, as you can see. So that's where it's basic, and I'm pulling out all the suckers as I go along, but it's giving me a really, really nice tomato production, as you can see. All right, there's the other pepper plant. I pulled a ton of peppers out of this one. I had to tie it down because it got so heavy. As you can see, I got a little slack now, but there was some big peppers on this, and I pulled them out. I already ate them, and I got more coming in. As you can see, those little ones, there's a ton of little ones coming in. It's looking absolutely phenomenal. Here's another tomato plant. Now I got a wild growing thing going over here. I mean, this is a tomato plant here, but I mean, I basically have these cucumbers, which I've pulled so many of already, and I got so much more I gotta pull out, you know what I'm saying? But one thing is that they're trying to come over toward the tomato cage, but you know, I'm gonna let it just do what it's supposed to do, man. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna leave it alone, let it do what it has to do. You can see all those little cucumbers forming in there, and I've got a ton that I gotta pull out still, as you can see. Here's another tomato plant. The tomatoes are doing great. They're very, very healthy. Here's my blueberry. I've already ate a ton of blueberries out of this, and it's looking really, really good right now. Here's my other cannabis plant, looking as fabulous as it could be. And then here's another tomato plant as you're walking in. I love this, that you got this beauty, and it's giving you a ton of cherry tomatoes as well. Here's my other blueberry bush, which we already ate all the blueberries out of this one and this one. We already pretty much, there's a couple ripening up in there, but in my last video I showed that those were full of blueberries. Now here's the funny thing, is I started all my tomatoes from seed, and it's crazy because I don't know, I only thought I was gonna have cherry tomatoes, but I ended up having, I guess, a different variety. Because I mean, look at these tomatoes. These aren't cherry tomatoes, and I basically started them from one seed. Look at the size of this tomato. Look at the size of this tomato. It's like, it's huge. And that's like a beefsteak tomato. I've got a ton growing up here on top. Oh, I almost fell. A ton growing up here on top, and they're all doing great, healthy. Here's my peach tree. It's looking really, really nice. Basically all those are just my rose bushes, my Texas star, sunflowers up there. Just want to pretty much cover the tomatoes for today more than anything, because I love tomato plants. They became one of my favorite plants to work with, and I mean, they're really doing great. As far as tomatoes go, I mean, they're giving me a ton of tomatoes this year. So last year I barely had any tomatoes, but then again, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So this one is the very, very, very spicy hot pepper plant, and I saw before there was a pepper somewhere that just started. So, but I know once this takes off, this is gonna give me a ton of hot peppers. I got the grapes over here, which over here I saw before was giving me some grapes over here, and I've got some inside, so it's doing pretty good. It's my lemon tree right over here. Started from seed. Pineapples. Look at my tomatoes over here. Pineapples are looking great. And I started those from scratch. There's the latest one I have. But yeah, they're coming in nicely. Another tomato plant there. Everything's looking nice and healthy. This one I like. I actually kept this one limited to one vine. Just one. So I kept cutting out all the side suckers to not let it form a main cane or whatnot, or stalk, or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, you can see how nice it is doing, you know, as far as like, you know, production of tomatoes. It's looking really nice. I actually got some down there that are starting to ripen out, but it looks really good. There's the purple sage, my fern. I think I went through here already. Yeah, I did. Here's my angel trumpet. It's looking really, really nice. Waiting for that to bloom. Goji berry over here. So basically these are my black beans. So these are already finishing off. So what I'm going to do is in maybe, I don't know, another week or so, take these beans out, and that's it. Those are the marigolds, which is basically to deter pests, but they're basically taking care of my, let's go over here. These are my patio tomatoes, as you can see. So they're doing great. I've got a few over here, and they're all giving me nice tomatoes. I got 5 plants over here of those. I've been eating a lot of these kale. There's another tomato plant, and then I got another one over here. It's doing great. And then this one, you can see how many tomatoes I'm getting there already too. So it's looking good. And then if we turn around, this is behind the bed. This is the other tomato plant that's like directly behind me, and that's where I showed you, that's where I started my video, from that entrance. And you didn't see this tomato plant because it was covered by that sunflower I was showing you. Look how tall it is. And yeah, I mean, this one's doing really, really good. All the tomatoes, you can see they're actually ripening out. I'm about to pick those soon, so I'm pretty excited. And look at this one, man. This one's crazy. I mean, look at the size of this plant. I mean, I tied it up to that one bamboo. All the main canes or stalks, like I said, like whatever you want to call it, And look at the amount of tomatoes on this, man. It's just crazy. I love this. This is by far amazing to me, because last year I said I didn't have any tomatoes. These are the beets. I'm gonna take those seeds out. As you can see, look at those beets. I didn't pull them out just because I just basically wanted them to go to seed. I didn't really care. I was eating the leaves in my salads, and that was really, really good. So here I got corn. Corn's actually almost ready, just so you know. Corn is almost ready. I've got corn that is ready. I'm gonna probably harvest that tomorrow. I'll make a video on that. Here's my stinging nettle, which is looking good. Another one of my cannabis plants, looking pretty phenomenal. This is actually a mandarin that I started, so I'm trying to see how that goes. So we'll see how that goes. Here I got watermelon, and I'm very excited for this. I'm gonna tell you why, because I got flowers, and that's a good sign. That means watermelons are coming in. These are suckers, shoots from the tomato. That's actually from the patio tomato that's over there on this bed over here. And I took a sucker, and look, it's actually taken off. This one is the only tomato plant I actually ended up buying, and I bought it at Lowe's. The main one is over there, and I'll get to it right now. And then but I only bought one plant, and believe it or not, out of one plant I was able to make like 7 or 8 different plants. And then, like I said, the only exception, and I bought that one in the middle of the season, so the only exception is that, like I said, I only had those cherry tomatoes that I had them indoors all winter, and then put them outside and transplanted them. And then, you know, I had a few cherry tomatoes, but I don't know, I'm getting these giant tomatoes also, which is great. I mean, I'm not complaining, because they all look absolutely fantastic. So this is the bed of cucumbers and melons and black beans and corn and kale. So again, if I don't eat them out of one bed, I'll eat them out of the other. I got the curly kale on that one. There's a ton of melons growing in here. I mean, you see, if I go in here, you can see melon there. There's a melon there. There's another melon here. There's a few melons in here. I mean, this is doing really good. You know what I'm saying? There's a few melons in there. I would have to just dig, because I find a lot is because I have to go through here to pick out cucumbers. So that's always a great thing. They're not trellis, so this one I have to actually go searching for. But my son gets it into those tight places, like I said. So see, here I have more of this is the three sisters blend, which is basically the corn, the black beans, and then the cucumber. As you can see here, I got more melons. I have melons growing in many ways. I have them growing on the ground. I have them growing in containers, and then I have them growing in beds. So it's all just an experiment to see how they're doing, but they're all actually doing really good. Because as you can see, this one's the honeydew, and then I have the cantaloupe on the other side. So I'll show you that in a moment. And then look, these I got habanero peppers. This one actually got cut from a big storm we had, and it actually came back. So those side shoots actually became the main shoots. These are my lemon trees, and this is really nice. I like the way this looks, man. These trunks are beautiful. And then you know, these are the grapefruits. We got another melon in a container. I mean, they grow a little slower when they're in a container, but they're still giving me fruit, which is the main thing. That's another grapefruit, and I'll show you guys the cucumbers. I'm sorry, not the cucumbers, the lemon tree, because that was grapefruit. And then there's my zigzag tree. As you can see, it's actually looking fantastic, and it's growing. It's growing. That's a real tree right there. This one right here is the lemon. I started from seed, and this one's looking fantastic as well. It's looking really nice. I got another 2 cannabis plants, you know, so the neighbors could see it. So I mean, they're doing very, very nice. I got to do a little pruning on them, and that's about it. This is the patio tomato I was telling you about. I bought this one, and then I transplanted it into this bag, and it's doing good. I pulled out all the suckers from this, and that's how I got them on the bed. And then that one that I have in a container over there. But as you can see, this is giving me some nice tomatoes. Very nice tomatoes. And I got a lot of tomatoes coming in on this one. So these are the ones right here that I'm very, very happy about also. As you can see, these right here are basically behind my property over here. And these are basically, oh man, I almost fell again. Look at the tomatoes on these. These are just beautiful tomatoes, man. And I never sprayed. I never did anything like that. No spraying, nothing. This is just basically as organic as it gets. No, I didn't even do neem oil on this, honestly. So I mean, just basically wood chips, pure wood chips. It's creating the perfect environment for everything to just be perfect. Look at it. I love this. These tomatoes are beautiful. I'm very, very grateful for these plants. They did. Look how beautiful those tomatoes are in there. They did very well this year. Last year, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing, but this year I know a lot more. And I'm actually, like I said, I'm doing it with communication with the plants, love. You know, but you can see all those are tomatoes. And then of course that big poke weed that I was telling you about from the last video. I mean, look how big it got. But it's doing good because it's doing a canopy over the tomatoes and it's not letting them burn. And then of course I also have the cantaloupes. Do you see I put this over here? These what's up, Pharaoh? It's my Darth Vader right there. So if you see, I put these pallets here and then some cardboard underneath it so that the grass doesn't grow through. So basically I'm letting these grow out. I don't want to have to move the vines every time every time I have to mow the lawn. You know what I'm saying? Because those melons get heavy. And I mean, you could even see right here, look, a melon's growing right there already. Get off the dog. And then over here you can see all the melons coming in here. These are again the cantaloupes, but you can see them all over there. There's a few in there, you know what I'm saying, and I'm sure more are gonna grow out here. So we're gonna have a lot of those melons and whatnot. And then of course we just have those maple trees. I'll show you the sweet potatoes real quick, and then we'll cut this video. I don't make it too long, and you know, I don't do none of the editing yet, but I am gonna be announcing to you that I will have a separate gardening channel for next season. So I'll talk to you guys about that on the next video. But this right here is a sweet potato vine, the real sweet potato vine. Another mugwort or wormwood in a container, not wildly grown like the other ones where they're on the ground. And then this one right here is another sweet potato vine, and they're actually doing really good. The other day I was watering the sweet potato. I actually saw a little sweet potato creeping through. You see that? There's a few of them in there, which is great. Very nice sign to see. And then my pumpkins. Here are the pumpkins. Pumpkins are doing great. Got pumpkins coming in here. I've already pulled out a lot of pumpkins, so that's a very nice thing. I had a few vine borers on a couple of them, so I actually ended up taking those out. And then that's about it. I mean, let me show you the angle from here on these tomatoes I was showing you before. See that? That's that giant tomato I was telling you about. And that's it. I mean, everything looks great. You know, I love this stuff, so if anybody ever has any questions on any of these things, you know, I would definitely love to get into a conversation about this. This is the stuff. See, this I bought at Lowe's for like $2. There's one of those things that they put on the clearance section because it was dying, and that's actually an extra cane that came out there. So I'm gonna be pruning this, but not now, maybe in the fall. And I mean, it looks great. This is basically how it looks overall. Everything looks good. Good tomatoes, good greens, good melons, grapes, berries. I've already pulled out a ton of the blackberries from over there. You know, like I said, I sit here and just chill out for a little bit. Got the morning glory trellis over here. So if you see in the morning, this looks really nice. In the morning, you got these burpees that actually come out. And this actually is starting to grow because this actually will fill up over here. Because you got a lot of those side vines that come out, the runners. But as you can see, all those are basically coming out in the morning. And I find this is one of my favorite things to look at. So yeah, I mean, I basically just sit right here and enjoy the morning glories, enjoy the bees. Got that sunflower over there that still hasn't opened up yet. I'm gonna have the angel trumpet. I've got the tomatoes back over there. Got tomatoes right behind me over here. This, it's looking great. lemongrass, and then just some decorative flowers there. My pineapples, the melons, and then just everything just looks great. Everything looks nice. And again, everything's just basically is thriving because of the wood chips. All these herbs, basically I eat the basil in the morning especially. I come out and just put a little basil in my mouth and I feel great, even before I go to the gym or whatnot. Nice tomato plant, that big mammoth one over there along with this mammoth one over here. Yeah, it looks great. This is just something, a little update for those who like plants and gardening and whatnot. And if you ever want to get into a conversation about anything that has to do with plants, I mean, I love that stuff. So look how beautiful the wormwood is, that silvery blue color. Wood chips, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I got wood chips. I get wood chips for free. So, you know, I'll show you. I actually got some wood chips today just because I wanted to put more. It's been so hot that I wanted to cover. I wanted to get a good layer. Come here, Farrell. I wanted to get a good layer of mulch or wood chips on my plants. But you see, I picked 2 barrels of these up today, and I've got that left over. So, but yeah, as you can see, got the compost over there. That's for next year. All right, so we'll talk soon.